Today is Sunday, April 13th, and I did not do any readings yesterday, but I want to do a reading today and just connect it with the A Course in Miracles. So A Course in Miracles, we're doing a review, and the way that the review starts is God is love, and therefore so am I. So we'll start out with that. God is love, and therefore so am I. And we'll get into our tarot and oracle reading. So, we'll start out with the wisdom of the oracle. And I think I like to start out also with whatever comes to me in the morning. So what came to me this morning was that I've been talking to people about Jesus. I was raised Catholic, and I always had like a very strong connection to Jesus. And my personal belief is that we are all God's son. This is also part of A Course in Miracles. We're all God's children. And spirit is really what wants to come forth in the world right now. Spirit is love, and the connection between all of us and what holds all of us, really, is how I think of it. So at one point I had, my sister wrote about this too. I had a conversation with my sister, and it was like I was channeling Jesus. I have a different perspective on that now, but what I said to her was, yes, but this time I'm not going to die. And what my perspective on that now is that it's spirit. Spirit wants to enter this world and not be killed. Our spirit is really coming in full force now, and part of it is it's the feminine and the masculine together. If you want to look at it that way, there's a lot of different ways that you can look at it, but Holy Spirit, however you want to see it, but that is what is going to live in this world. It's basically we're bringing heaven to earth. I don't have all the answers. I just have little things that come in through me. So I'm not saying that I know everything, but what came to me this morning is Jesus is God's son. We're all God's son. And Jesus was telling us that we are spirit. We are spirit. Our body is inside our spirit. And a lot of people are saying this now. Our body is inside of our spirit. Our spirit isn't inside of our body. And so that also being said, we, whatever you're seeing out there in the world is only like part of spirit. It's spirit manifested. I don't know how else to say it, but basically, like, we think that we're victims of this world, or that it's like, basically, but really we are creating this world, or spirit is creating this world. And there's a documentary called Inner World, Outer World, I think, which is really good. It kind of talks about that. A lot of places, you'll see this a lot of places, but that's basically what's going on. And or one perspective, I don't know, a higher perspective. But, you know, everybody is on their own journey and has their own timing. But I think we're all awakening to that we are spirit, that we are more than just human bodies, that we are spirit, and that there is a higher purpose for everything that happens. And right now we're on very individual paths to know that. And we have to follow our own individual paths. So there are going to be certain people that resonate with you and other people that don't. So if I don't resonate with you, then move along. If I do resonate with you, then that's great. I would love to hear your experiences and hear more from you about what's going on for you and what would be helpful, and what does help and what resonates with you. I don't really know why I'm doing this, but I'm following my spirit now, and I am happy doing this. I love doing this, and sometimes I don't know what I'm going to say, but something comes through, and I'm kind of learning like what what's important and what's not important, and kind of bumbling along. And I will get more clarity as I go. I know that, but that's what came to me this morning, is basically that spirit is entering. Spirit has always been here, but we kind of pushed it down, and now it's like screaming at us, like, I want you to know that I am here with you. If you want to call it God, I am here with you. I've never left you. And let's be love. Let's be love. Because that's what we're all looking for. Okay, so I have Truth Be Told again, which we had the other day. Time to Go. That's a good one. Truth Be Told is number 14, and Time to Go is number 45. I say that because some people are very into numerology, and I'm starting to get into that too. You just basically add the numbers up. So 14, 4 plus 1 equals 5. 5 is a number of change, sometimes conflict. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 is a number of process, but like you're in a good process. You're moving. You're going forward. You're like, things are moving in the direction you want them to move in. That's just my interpretation. You might have others. And I got one more, which is A Leg Up, which we also had the other day. That one's coming out upside down, so we'll see what that's about too. And that one's number 34, which is a 7, which is a spiritual number. And I'm still learning too, as we all are, so I'm going to have a perspective on things, and you might have another perspective on things, and that's great. We can share our perspectives and learn from each other. I'm big on that. I think I did another video on learning, that we're all teachers and we're all learners, especially in relationship. So we have to be willing to admit that we don't know everything, and we have to be willing to learn from our partners. And we also have to know that we have a gift to give our partners. We have something to teach them. And so we can be humble in our teaching and our learning, because it's a process, and sometimes it feels really vulnerable to be a learner, and sometimes it feels really vulnerable to be a teacher. But I did a couple videos on that before. The last card I got was Conflict and Chaos, which is number 33. It's also a 6, which is 6 is a good number. It's a number of the sun. That came out upside down. And I think we are seeing a lot of chaos and conflict in the world, and that's scary to a lot of us, because we haven't fully realized the power of our spirit, the power of love, the power of the Holy Spirit, the power of God is within us or around us, all over. God is everything. But if you haven't realized that, and we have different levels of that, we can have beliefs, but we're human, so it's also really scary to see these things in the world and feel like we don't know where our power lies. Okay, so let's do, I was looking for my angel cards, but I haven't found them yet, because I felt called to do my angel cards, but I have to find them still. So we're just going to do the Light Seers Tarot to clarify. We're going to first clarify the Truth Be Told. And if you're learning tarot, like I'm learning tarot, but I've been learning for a long time, and I'm just kind of learning in my own style. But you just kind of look at the card and feel it, like that. It looks like a window that the owl is holding. It almost looks like an accordion to me. And the little hearts kind of look like music to me. And like that says to me, like, we all have our own music. There's also a mask underneath the owl. I think, and it looks symbolic to me, like we're taking our masks off, And we're all starting to learn and dance to our own music. We're learning what our music is, what our personal song is. And the owl's kind of holding it over his heart, and there are hearts. And it comes from our heart. And I think that's what we're learning, to live from our heart in the world. And our hearts are very connected to our spirit. And our inner child is very connected to our spirit. So that's my son laughing in the background. Which it's so in family constellations, but also in life, everything means something. So that laughter also means something. That laughter is what we all need. We all need to learn to laugh and be joyful, and to follow that joy, follow our bliss, follow our hearts. Okay, so, that one just fell right out. So it's Truth Be Told and Temperance is the card that came out underneath it. So if we look at this card, and you can look at it and say what you see in it, and I'll tell you what I see in it. I see angel wings and light beyond him. I see him as a him, and that he's holding the sun and the moon and they're both connected. So the sun and the moon are connected around him. And in the Mexican culture, and probably other cultures too, the sun and the moon are a symbol of the masculine and the feminine. And then there's all those stars around. And I've heard that temperance is like kind of, you're going through the fire to get where you need to go. We're facing our shadow. We're becoming whole. We're beginning to be able to look at all of the different parts of us and accept and love all of the different parts of us, which feels like we're in the fire because we're being confronted by them right now, and they're not going away. And we're being confronted with all of our hypocrisy, with all of our what we believe, but actually how we're living. So if this is really what you believe, then how are you experiencing this? So I think our beliefs are really being tested right now, and we're being shown that if you really believe this, then you need to start living differently. So I do want to get a little bit of the readings from the book, just in case there's a little bit more, and it will help me jump off of it a little bit. Okay, so truth be told, honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, and clarity of communication. There is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. I think a couple of my clients were doing that this week. And I had to just step back because I respect everybody's truth, because we all are on our own journey, and we're all going to find the truth that connects all of us, which I believe is just love. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion, will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and spirit will answer with miracles. And so when I do these readings, I know that they apply to me as well as to whoever I'm speaking to, and I really want to know who I'm speaking to. Because I'm being guided to do these readings, and I don't know what's going to come out of them a lot of the time, and I don't have like a set way of doing it. I'm learning as I go, but what I love about it is that spirit comes through, and I learn about myself, I learn about love, I learn about life through doing this, and I have a lot of fun doing it. So I think that's what it's about. Like, what do you have fun doing? What brings you joy? Just do it. Don't do it for any other reason except that you love it and enjoy it. And it will bring others joy too. that will just be the side effect. Okay, so I want to do temperance too. I was just looking at my beautiful dog. Okay. Okay, the temperance, alchemy, blending energies. You can see that blending of the energies of the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine. Oh, it says that right after. Harmony, moderation, masculine and feminine balance, duality, amalgamation, the fluidity of time, meditation, the perpetual motion of life, neutrality, restraint, patience, purpose. So I think like for a lot of us, I follow this woman, Amanda Lawrence, Lorence, and she was talking about how we may have had like one soul purpose in the beginning, and we're now opening to our second soul purpose or life purpose. And I think whoever I'm talking to, you're probably part of my group, and this is what you're doing. That's kind of what I'm doing too. My first purpose was to be a marriage and family therapist, a couples therapist. But I'm starting a new purpose now, and I don't fully know what that is. So I think this card speaks to the process of that and how how it is a process. And it's okay that it's a process. It's okay to not know. I mean, I was thinking I was going to become a coach. And I knew it was like some sort of spiritual coach or something, but I was trying to combine the old me, the marriage and family therapist, with the coach. And I was trying to do all the things that you do to be a coach. Like there's some things that people do and they teach you about it. And none of that was working for me. I recognized that I had my own path. And I just started to follow that. And I'm now kind of at the point where I'm like, I don't really need to know. It's really about following my joy, following my bliss. But this has all been part of my path, all been part of my purpose. And I needed to leave people behind, which was really hard, that were hurting me and controlling me and making me feel small. And I want to take responsibility for that too, because all of that was part of my past. That's how I learned to survive. And so it was something that I needed to let go of, because I was creating that too, or I was part of that anyway. I don't know if I was creating it, but I was part of it. And it's something that I can change once I recognize that. So that's the Temperance card. So now we're on the time to go. And I think she kind of looks like Cinderella leaving the ball. I don't know, that's just what comes to me. She looks kind of fairy-like and almost like she has wings. And she's walking out on what looks kind of like a dock. But there's a door in front of her and some flags around her, which I think the flags are kind of like your victory. Like you've come to, I think of like the end, the hero's journey. Like you've come to that point where you're ready to leave this worldly thing behind and you're entering like spirit, the unknown, but the present moment where you can create anything. So that's what it says to me, like time to go, time to leave the past in the past, which is also what A Course in Miracles teaches us, to leave the past in the past and really greet the present moment as this really cool beginning. So I want to take that back to the Temperance card, because if you're in relationship, I'm in a new relationship right now, and there is a tendency to view our new relationship through the lens of the past and fear and start to create the same kind of things. But what we do want to do is we want to be able to be in the present moment and just allow whatever emerges to emerge. And in partnership, that can be really exciting, you know, like those moments of quiet where you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do. You just let yourself be quiet until you know, until you can, it may just be quiet for a while. But then your spirit starts to come forth. I did a reading a while back on that. I'll have to find that again. It was about, it was from a book by somebody Palmer, and it was on teaching. But he was talking about how if you want animals to come out of the forest, you have to be quiet and patient. And I think it's the same with our spirit. We are ready for our spirits to come out in the world, but we have to like let it be quiet and not know. We have to be able to enter that place here where you can't see the path anymore. You can't see it, but it's there, and it's magical. It's that like kind of you're waiting with bated breath, like for the next magical moment to come, because you don't know what it is, but that's exciting. Okay, so the next one, oh, I didn't even get a card for that, time to go. But let's see if we can get a card for time to go. Okay, 2 cards came out. The 2 of Pentacles, that came out upside down, and the Sun, they both came out upside down. So we'll just see like what the upside down for. I think we can take it as it's right side up, but we'll also take like the other meaning of it too, because both are there. So you don't have to be fearful of, oh my God, it's upside down. I get like that sometimes. The Sun is a beautiful card. So we have it both ways. We have the Sun coming out in us, but also we're a little bit afraid of that Sun. So we might need a little bit of that message of like, what is happening there? That's the shadow, you know? And then the 2 of Pentacles. So that was upside down too. So that's about balance. So those are both under a time to go. So that might be kind of what's holding us back a little bit. So let's look at that. What's holding us back? I mean, to make it really simple, sometimes we need to make it really simple. You only have 2 choices, the choice of fear or the choice of love. And so what can bring you into the loving feeling, or get you focused there on love, that will take you out of the fear. But sometimes we need to look at that fear and accept it and love it and nurture it a little bit, hold it and rock it. So the Sun says, of course, for the, there's like, for here it has the light seer and the shadow seer. So the light seer says joy, inspirational success, abundance and fulfillment, exuberant creativity, positivity, love, manifesting dreams, inner beauty, a yes card. And in family constellations, we also say you have to be able to say, you want to be able to say yes to everything, yes to life. And in order to do that, you have to make peace with the past and let it go. But there's a lot of grief that comes up with that, and we don't have control over that a lot of the time. That's what I mean about looking at it, acknowledging, accepting it, and nurturing it, rocking it. So the shadow seer side says delays, negative mindset, self-doubt, or lack of confidence, a need to tune out a negative mindset and to find inspiration. And I think that we do need to be able to acknowledge the pain from our past. I mean, a lot of us have went through a lot of pain to get where we are today. I know I did. And we need to honor that. So that's what's going to give us our compassion for others, for ourselves. And that's the love that's going to lead us forward. It's going to lead us into our purpose. We can be the change that we want to see in the world. So the affirmation is, I want to read this part too. The Sun breathes life into everything he touches. Radiating brightly, he creates a path of love and harmonic abundance. This is a card of joyful celebration and a vibrant sign of positivity and success. Expect to find bliss and be ready to take inspired action based on radical positivity and generosity. Allow others to bask in the warm glow of your beaming heart and your inspired mind. People will feel drawn to you when the Sun card arrives. Live it up. This card is a reassuring sign that things are unfolding beautifully. You are perfect, whole, and loved by the cosmos. And it may be time to deal with any feelings of inadequacy or not enoughness in order to find your shiny confidence. The sun is on its way to illuminate the corners of your heart and to set your world ablaze with opportunity and inspiration. I am whole. I am more than enough. I shine like the sun when I am happy. So I want to share this too, because I think this is important for a lot of us. You hear the dishes in the background? It's musical. I don't know, there might be another meaning there. You could come. I'll see if I can find one. Everything means something. And it means something to you, so it doesn't really matter what it means to anybody else. It's kind of what comes through to you. But what I got yesterday as I was driving, I just got a divorce, so I've been a little bit worried about money because I wasn't making enough money before the divorce, so now I have to really make enough money to support myself. But I also know that I am abundance, I am prosperity, and the only thing in the way of that is my beliefs that I'm not. And that's what it relates to the sun, because when the sun shines through, when you ask all the other things to step back, and the sun shines through and shows you that you are spirit, you are everything. We are everything. You know that you can create whatever you want. You just have to get out of the way, which is a lot harder than it sounds. You have to do the work. You have to be willing to look at everything and let it integrate and clear. And I've done a lot of work to do that, so I'm not. But what I became aware of yesterday was that the things that I'm wanting, I could actually have, because I've cleared the path for myself. And it really is just about believing that I'm worthy, that I'm enough, that I am right where I need to be. I am who I need to be, and I can let the sun shine through me and allow myself to have all those things that I desire. You will get there too. And I'm still getting there. It's a process. So I want to read the Two of Pentacles. This is turning out to be a long reading, and I said I don't do long readings, but, you know, I also don't believe in rules. So a Two of Pentacles. Need to balance many aspects of self, juggling obligations, equilibrium, seeking harmony. And remember, it's related to time to go. So we're entering this new doorway where we really become spirit on earth. We begin to create heaven on earth. And we're all part of this. We all have our different visions, but they all actually do go together. And we are just going to see how that emerges. That's what I believe and what's coming through me. I know what I struggle with is like all of the obligations in my life. Like money, paying for food, paying for my house, paying for lights, paying for electricity, paying for gas, paying for, oh God, I mean, God knows how many things we have to pay for these days. And all the people that count on us, like in my job, in my life, like all the people that want something from me. Like there's a lot that weighs on us, and there's a lot that we are juggling, a lot of obligations. And so what I think we're all seeking is harmony, like, and to come from our center, I'm thinking like your third chakra, which is where the sun shines through. It's yellow, and that's where the sun shines through. And I've been getting pain in that chakra lately. I did not have like a strong sense of that. I think that's one of the areas I came into this world with some conflict there. As probably all of us. But I've been getting pain in that area for the last couple of days. And I think it is kind of a balance of spirit coming in, more energy coming in, and realigning. So we want to come from that place where our heart and our spirit kind of merge and let the sun shine out through us. And when we come from that place, I'm going to give you the affirmation. I create an equilibrium in my life that allows me to be my best self. Being out of balance, disharmony, committing to too many things, a need to prioritize, a time to slow down. So as I said, we do want to come from this place of joy. We want to be able to follow our joy and follow our heart. And actually, when we can do that, things will start to align. But it means letting go of some of the beliefs that keep us stuck there. So let's see if this is helpful. With all those roles and responsibilities that you've been juggling, you may be feeling a little imbalanced. Busy much? Maybe your calendar is totally overbooked and you're feeling the stress of being stretched in too many directions. You may be feeling the need to better balance dualities, or opposing aspects of your life. Your time alone versus your time with others, or your material life versus your spiritual life. A lot of us are out of balance. The whole world is out of balance right now. And we find the balance by coming back into ourselves and asking ourselves, what do we need? Make sure you aren't investing too many resources in one area at the expense of another, especially when both are equally as important. Even though this card suggests that you're likely able to manage it all, do you desire this much juggling? Put some of your precious energy into creating a balance that you absolutely love. One that will allow you time to work, play, love, and create this equilibrium. This equilibrium will not take from your reserves of energy, but will add to it. So I'm going to put play before work now. It's just where I feel like I need to be. I'm in my 50s, and that's where I need to be right now. You might need to be in a different place, but I'm going to put play first. And what I try to do every day, and I don't always do it, but I try to go outside and play with my dog, like first thing. And that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like that's what I want. I want to play. And she wants to play. And she's happy when I'm happy, and I'm happy when she's happy. And that's the giving and receiving. So a leg up, you see this polar bear. I see like fountains coming up around it. I think they're not fountains, or maybe trees covered with snow. And then there's like a man, kind of, or like it looks kind of like a bearded man, or to me, coming out of the trees in the background, which I would say is spirit. Doesn't necessarily have to be a man. It looks like a man here. And then we have the flags again, the victory, and a polar bear, like a polar bear mom with their baby, a leg up. So there's like a maternal sense here, an earthly connected maternal, and then a father spirit. And it's cold and snowy. So maybe coming out of the harshness of winter. And nurturance. We need that nurturance to come out of the harshness of winter. So we're going to pull a card on the leg up, and I might get interrupted here because I think I hear my boyfriend's truck. Okay, but I will still, I don't know how to edit my videos, and I'm just not going to, so I'm feeling these two cards here. I have the Page of Wands and the Empress. Ooh, a leg up, the Empress. So the Empress is pregnant with the world, and she has the moon over her. The moon, I'm a Pisces, and the moon is like the unknown. So, and she's birthing the earth. So we're birthing the new earth, and we don't know. We're letting go of illusion, but we really don't know what is ahead of us. It's the unknown, which can be scary. And the Page of Wands, we're learning to, I'm going to have to end this soon, so I'm just going to go through a little bit quicker. We're learning, it's upside down, but we're learning to live in spirit, to live by our hearts. And we have to let go of the ego and the way that we used to do things. And that's a learning process. So we're going to make mistakes. We're going to go back to the old ways of doing things. But and we need to be gentle with ourselves because we are learning. This is a new way of living and a new way of being. Okay, and the chaos and conflict card. Also, there's it came out upside down, and it's like a zebra, a horse, or a giraffe, like, or it looks kind of like a giraffe turning into a zebra, or, but also that's black and white. So and then brown and white. So things aren't black and white as we think they are. Things are not black and white as we think they are. There's more complexity to the situation. See, that's, I'm going to turn it right side up. See that whole sky above the zebra, giraffe, horse? We're entering that, where anything is possible. And this dry desert below us is not feeding us or nurturing us anymore. So we have to enter the unknown. We have to enter heaven as spirit to get out of this chaos and conflict. And 30, the number 3 is a number of expansion. So we have to expand out of our limited perspective that comes from ego and the human. We don't have all the control. We don't have all the answers. And now you might be hearing plates clinking against each other. What does that mean to you? It sounds like chaos and conflict. It's a little disturbing. I feel disturbed when I hear that. Loud banging noises. Okay, so the card that came up for this is the Ace of Wands, and it came up upside down. So I'm going to read a little bit about that. But you can see that's like the third eye. I'm doing a video. Thank you. So our third eye is opening up, our intuition. And I got coffee.
And are you still doing dishes? Holy crap!
So the Ace of Wands.
Put that thing down, you've been done already and you're enjoying it.
Came up upside down. Could you be a little bit quiet so I can focus? It looks like she's crying. So that's letting go and grief. It is hard and sad to let go of what we knew, because some of it we love. And that flame that's starting to burn and begin to open up and ignite us, because we're getting excited about what's coming. It's new and fresh, and we have the combination of the blue and the red. This kind of looks like spider webs to me, how we're all connected. And that even when we let go, we're opening to something bigger. So I'm just going to read a little bit about the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is new ideas, the seed of potential, the arrival of inspiration, illumination, intense creativity, the mirror-like nature of consciousness, the interconnectedness of all things, the ability to manifest anything. So all of this comes together. I seed my brilliant future with the roots of creativity and inspiration. And we have to look at the shadow side too, because that's what's kind of holding us back from this. And we need to love and nurture it and rock it and hold it in compassion. Feeling uninspired, creative blocks, the mind needing rest, unfocused energy, resulting in burnout, a time to bolster your faith in yourself. So things moved pretty quickly for me in some ways recently. Like I just created a whole new life. I left my old life behind and created a whole new life. And it was just something that my spirit was calling me to do. And everybody gets called in a different way and has a different process. I recently saw my friends and I told them my whole story and they were like, wow, if it was anybody else, we would be like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, we would be worried. But it's you, and you've always been this way. You've always been led by your heart and your spirit. And this makes perfect sense that you have found what you were looking for by doing that. I'm a Pisces, and I also have heard that that's how Pisces should live, or maybe Aries, because I'm a Pisces sun, Aries moon, and I can't remember which one it was now, but that's just how I fly by the seat of my pants. I say it's almost like my spirit is lifting me up and like swinging me, which is funny because I had a dream about my son doing that. It's like swinging me, and then I'm gonna fly, and we all will fly. But anyway, I'm reading the Ace of Wands, and I wanted to read you I read that part. Okay, so I'm gonna read you a little bit more just for inspiration. This ace contains all the sparks for all the ideas, and they are generating intensely powerful light for you right now. She is connecting you with the one cosmic mind, a universe consciousness, and her delightfully magical soup that is brimming with colossal creativity. You hear my son laughing again? But I also wanted to tell you that like all that happened really quickly for me, and then I got COVID, and COVID actually helped me to just kind of like relax and just like the shadow part, but just like I needed that time. Like, so we need that too. Don't try to push anything away. We need it all. You need your shadow in order to have light. You need joy in order to have, you need sadness in order to have joy. You know that song? Jeremiah was a bullfrog. That, like that. You need that. That's not the part, but I just didn't want to keep singing it. You could sing the rest. Sometimes we need that to kind of rest and integrate everything. And then I like, because I had been going and making all these choices. I was told that I was going to have to make really quick choices. Things would just be coming at me and I would have to just go from my spirit and choose. And I did, but it was just like reeling from all of that. It was exhausting. And so when I got COVID, I kind of got to just relax and be like, okay, yes, I do really want this. This is what I'm looking for. Like, I can generate the energy I need to start over again, because that's really what it was about for me. Like, do I have the energy to start over again in my 50s? Because what I had been going for wasn't really it. Like, it wasn't really it for me. Like, it led me to a place where I was like, I put all this effort in and it didn't go where I wanted it to go. And that was like very disillusioning. Did I have the energy to try again? And when I got to rest and COVID, I'm like, yes, because this is what I really want. This is my dream. And this is me, choosing to really love myself. And instead of what I did my whole life, which was to choose relationship, to choose other people, to try to be what other people wanted me to be in order to be loved. I need to take responsibility for loving myself and creating the world I want. And I'm doing that now. And having rested, I have that energy to do that. So don't judge yourself if you need that, or if you're in that place of just exhaustion, and don't judge yourself. Love and nurture yourself there. You'll come out of it. A flame burns here that is meant for you, but it hasn't been put to use yet. What will you create with this boundless potential? Stay open to receive inspiration and insight. You may be shown new information about your divine purpose or soul path, or you may even feel compelled to put something completely new into the world. If it feels good, it probably is good, and even though this ace can only predict the inception of something new, it also suggests that all the energy to bring this project, idea, or feeling to a successful completion is available to you. And so it is. Okay. I hope that is good for you.